Continue. So last time on Disco Elysium, we got a debrief from Kim and then went to sleep, or attempted to go to sleep, and now we're in some kind of a dream area. Oh god.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Bloated corpse of a drunk. I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said who?
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
Tell me. Tell me what this is. I'm not answering. Oh wait, I said that already. I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Harry. I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the Isolas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've seen you before. Or I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Oh no.
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
I should have explored around a bit. Oh well. Man, I'm looking pretty rough still.
Good going, buddy.
Oh, I never thought I'd be glad to see Electrochem, but I'm actually glad. What the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Oh, I see where this is going. You piece of shit.
You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Wait, what is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
All right. So I've been playing it pretty straight so far, and I think I'm gonna keep doing that. No, I can take this. I'm not going to look for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
I probably get really bad penalties for the next, like, however many days. Okay. Authority, or maybe not. I have 1 point to level up. I put 1 point into unlocking a thought cabinet slot, because those are permanent bonuses. Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
I wonder if I can do this check again.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
No, I have
In
to
it,
level up
your
interfacing again. Okay. That's my highest skill, so I'm not going to do that right now. It's 7:30 a.m. Okay. I think I can finally spend some time reading some stuff in my inventory.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why free cell?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Flip through the pages, see what catches your eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Let's read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going a la fume. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fume is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
That's a really well-written editor's note.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
All right, let's look at local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Damn communists. Should have killed a lot of them when they had the chance. I guess I could run a poll on this if anyone's around. See if it works. If it weren't for the wild pines, all those moochers would be out of a job. Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Wouldn't it be better if for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation? Or why should I care? This doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, my natural answer is compromise.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Book riots in Yugograd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Okay, reaction speed. Sure.
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
When it says bear wrestling, does that mean two bears wrestling each other, or?
Of course not. The article makes plain that this is man on bear, or in some cases, woman on bear competition. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation. According to the
Yikes.
SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
I guess it's hard to fight a bear if you're out of shape.
That's very much the idea. President Kaczynski has long maintained that a strong body is the best defense against capitalist aggression. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of content. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Just a moment. What is this tip-top tournée?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
Alright, let's see what these commies have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
What's so bad about sponsorship? Or hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a frita.
Right, but then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
I guess I've never thought about that much.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Okay.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
That was an enormous waste of time. Okay, we can try the checks in the ledger, which I think... Let's see. Inland Empire, I'm not going to do that again. Cargo door container, rhetoric, I'm not doing that again. Mirror? Electrochemistry. Damaged ledger is interfacing and logic. I think I have a penalty to logic right now. Oh no, I have a bonus. Nice. I think I've got the best stats I can get, so we can try that. I think I had one more book. Chewing gum.
A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. It's a spice derived from tree bark.
Why do I even care about this?
Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn to it, drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
I'll hang on to it just in case.
You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret.
Map, handwritten note. Here we go.
You stare at the now familiar black and white rainbow. The book feels heavy in your hands. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugoslavia riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugoslavia riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugoslavia Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
No, I won't subject myself to Gradian realism.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Alright. We did get some experience from that.
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Okay,
A cabbage
that's
of
a
papers
high
hanging
check.
from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's
Oh,
barely
man.
held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
I am so glad I met that dice maker, because she gave me an item that randomly gives me bonuses to different rolls. So let's go for it.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
Wait, HDB-41, weren't those officer precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Wow, I don't know what to say to that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry. Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB is bad news from yesteryear. It's shit, honcho.
How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I don't want to spend all day on this. Maybe at the end of the day when we're...
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
when we're about to end the day and go to sleep. Let's try this check. I have a -1 to this.
Is not what you end up
Ah,
doing.
damn.
You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Oh, dude, how did I fail that? Okay. Let's see here. I can level up interfacing. I don't think I have any points in it, so... Pick locks and pockets. Oh, dude. I'm putting so many points into my main tree and nothing in the other ones. Alright, let's just do it. Wait, hang on. Revert. Let me make sure there's no other checks I need to do. Conceptualization, that's the graffiti wall. Renee, legendary composure check. Warded door, I have the key for that. Barbell, physical instrument. Ice cream maker, heroic. Novelty dice maker, legendary check. Okay. I can retry the mirror and the damaged ledger. Suggestion for Annette, rhetoric with Sealang. I don't really care about that too much right now. Hangman with Inland Empire, visual calculus. Didn't I already do that? That's weird. Container. Okay, yeah, let's level up interfacing.
An intricate web of blue lines. It almost looks like
Oops. That's not what I want to do.
it's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeable, just relax. The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly. The slides snap back into place. it should be possible to just, you know,
Slide the door open?
without resistance or sound. The two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Huh. Pick up the ticket stubs?
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
What? Fucking kill yourself, you asshole? What?
The words just crossed your mind somehow.
What the hell? Who are they for?
Who do you think?
Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Oh, that's why the gum was familiar.
Exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Volition? Bro. Keep reading.
Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Oh my god.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Shit. Wait, I died? What the hell?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it The apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
Smelled so nice.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Was that the X something? The
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
yes.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. I'll drink it.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Oh my god, you called it delicious? Confirmed? Hydro homie, let's fucking go. That's something I can get on board with. You know, the last thing I got in this game last night was the sorry cop prompt. And I was like, no, fuck that. But apparently when I looked at my stat sheet, I have 6 points in sorry cop. What the fuck is up with that?
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Oh hey Rize, another 10-hour disco stream. I can't do it again tonight, but I want to.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
Just some light reading, guys.
What happened?
I should ask you the same.
There was a call on the shortwave. Officer passed out in Martinez. I had a feeling it would be you. I'm glad I got here in time.
How long was I out?
I don't know. It could have been quite a while.
He looks you in the eye as if inspecting your mental state. I came in contact with the burned out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
He hands you the remains of your ledger.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
I found this next to you. I'll tag along for the rest of the day if you don't mind. My business is concluded anyway. Are you okay to go?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses.
Hey
Find
yo,
it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
worth it.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? I wasn't supposed to.
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kinema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition
Oh
engine,
my god.
driving the rear
Straight
wheel
into
through
car
a
shit.
4-speed manual gearbox, the Kinema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and
One-
go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Won't it roll over in the first sharp corner?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
Wow, cool. This tech talk is really rubbing me the right way here.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing in there?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
That's what, a 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
The lieutenant is trying to suppress a smug smile unsuccessfully. A fine machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
You need to slam it, Kim. Make it more imposing.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo it up.
Drop the ride. 2 hundo mil. Get the camber to frosty minuses. Oh my god, he's a stance guy.
No. That's porno tuning.
Wait, what about the spinners then, huh?
Those spinners were elegant, sleek, radiant even. What you're suggesting is porno.
It's what?
Porno. That's short for pornography.
Pornography is something completely different, Kim.
That's a negative on the porno. Thank you, though.
Okay, let's move. Okay, what did we get? So we can use it as a tool? What the hell? +1 Inland Empire, +1 Empathy, -2 Authority. Oh my god. Okay. I can also interact with it, apparently.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Slide the hidden drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move
Okay, there's
against
nothing new
it
here, so let's
slightly,
back out.
ever so slightly. Difficult.
Oh man, my authority is negative. Let me take a look at it right now. -1 authority. Oh geez, it doesn't bottom out at 0. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight could send you into knee-breaking mode. With low authority, however, you're forever in awkward situations, like when you suffer psychological breakdowns after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. Ah, shit. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great. Okay, White Morning. Temporary research bonus. -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell, like the lily of the valley? The little man's forgotten his name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Alright. Let's finish Gayame Lemillion, and I guess we can do this next. Okay, I got some drugs, but I'm probably not going to use them. Okay, my item inventory is getting a little full. Oh, let's talk to Kim.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean by rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Why do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Task complete. Find out who's in the union box. Okay. Plus 30 experience. Let's go. There's so many of them. Maybe we should call reinforcements.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Ooh, that's pretty rough.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay. Maybe save that for later, since I don't have any time pressure. I do need to call someone back. Find the money for rent and pay Gart. You'll need to find 20 real to pay for your room at the Whirling, or it will be locked after 2100. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. Wow. Investigate Doom commercial area. I can talk to Plaisance for some more experience probably and close that out. Track down your badge. Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Armor like this isn't mass-produced. It would have probably been fitted. Perhaps there's a record of who signed for this particular suit of armor.
First, has the firm continued to work for pharmaceutical companies through all these name changes?
Hard to say. Their client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries.
Fourth world countries. Oh, shit. A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be some record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Did you find more about the owner of the armored boots?
Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised to get back to me by tomorrow morning. Do you have any other questions?
Okay, that's it.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Okay. Cool, so I can call her back tomorrow and check out more about the boots. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza? No, dude. Let me put on my bag of cans in case there are any cans laying about. I look like a total hobo right now. Okay. Let's see. I don't need more empathy when talking to Renee, so let me remove this. Authority -1. Oh, geez. Oh, it's the glasses. I have additional logic. Alright, let me quick save.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
I found you guys a new bowl.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Exactly, and I really did try.
Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing. Fine. You try to right a wrong. It's still a gram better than actual nothing.
He mumbles something to himself. It seems to be a variety of curses.
My perception is so high that I heard him whispering to himself. Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Legendary composure. Okay, now we're even on the bull. But I don't think I can do this check very easily. It is a white check, though. And I have a 1 out of 4 chance. Renee, I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on, why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own
man.
business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
Dude, that's not gonna fix you, bro. So who's working on your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood.
His words.
Renee's but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
Sure.
Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Okay. I have a 42% chance now. Let me talk to this guy.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Let's see. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Yeah, the Team Fortress 2 heavy eating sandwich sound effect is forever stuck in my head. Come on, you must have heard something.
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know him?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. The blind leading the blind doesn't even begin to describe it, is what he said.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Are you a Union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Renee's eyes.
EVGA restocked if you're still looking for a card. Dude, sweet. Thanks for letting me know. I'm actually, still in the market for a new GPU. And I was looking at their B stock, but I haven't actually looked in like a couple of weeks. So I'll take a look after I stream while I'm eating. Really appreciate it. Dude, the freaking GPU prices have been insane. Like, I was looking at an Asus 3070 over Black Friday, and it was on sale for like $540, and then the same card like 2 weeks later was $800. Which really sucks. So the prices didn't actually go up, they just ran out of supply, so naturally the prices went up. But yeah, thanks for dropping in.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a weather vane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important.
3070 is up for $3.99. Sweet.
I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Everett?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Are you a caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
But you need to believe in something. Freedom, the people, Rebshal, or even money.
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Okay, that's it for now, I guess.
No, thank you. Sure, officer. No, thank you.
Can I have a bite of that
For
sandwich?
me, I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
I'm not gonna push it.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
Oh, man. Convince him to give me the sandwich. It is a white check, so I can retry it. Bye for now. Okay, call Alice back in a day. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Find the armored gloves. Ask the little girl in the fishing village down the coast. I need to talk to Kuno, apparently. Find money for rent. Okay, I have enough for tonight at least. Ask Kuno and ask Gart if he knows how the victim's clothes got in the trash. Oh shit. Okay.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Composure. Okay, I don't think I have any other clothes that provide composure, unfortunately. All right, let's give it a shot.
Officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
As Rene turns
Nice.
from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun. A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I. A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
For bravery.
That's what I was going to say, bravery.
I'm sure. But I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
I don't know of the reputation of anything. Don't even recognize the war.
Son, we should never forget our past. Lots of mistakes were made back then, but there were also lessons.
His voice takes on a tutor-like quality.
Forgetting those times means the mistakes were for nothing. That all those people died for nothing.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
So what did you get the medals for?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Save the princeling.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated,
Oh, God.
shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
He really despises that Drisson fellow.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frizzle to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, Renee.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drisson. 2 days later that was. And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Jesus.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Quite impressive. Oh wait, hold on. You're just a little bit proud of Renee's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
Quite impressive. It's men like Renee who made Revachol great once.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't hand this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot. Repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Why do you despise Jasant so much?
Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Carabineers are dead because of his incompetence.
Whoa, man-loving? Is that even a word? It is not.
Thanks for the story, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please, bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You must be straight. Electrochem didn't speak up. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was even a possibility.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Oh, no. Wait, why did I have -2 for throwing the bull in the sea? Shit. And my drama... I have a couple of things that will increase drama.
You like the hard stuff, Bruta.
What? The what? Sounds like my stomach is growling.
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow.
Vows?
The vows of blood and flesh.
What is my lower intestine going on about? I don't know if that was a branch, but the game does make checks all the time and doesn't tell you if you failed most passive checks. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I'm definitely planning to replay this game with different types of characters, so maybe we'll find out someday.
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, bro.
Oh, shit. I'm getting every freaking political ideology here. First, free market capitalism, or, yeah, no, free market fundamentalism, and then communism, and now fucking fascism. Okay. Have a good one, comrade. Alright, have a good time, Disaster. Thanks for stopping by. My fascism is the lowest. And I'm ultra-liberal is my highest. Okay. What is fascism, though?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Leftist academicians?
Yes, them. But also, women.
Women! Ugh.
Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Wow.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
This is amazing. The misogyny is turned up to 12. What is fascism, though?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut.
Foreigners?
Yes, them, but also women.
Oh my
That's
god, shut
what
up.
fascism boils down
Am
to.
I having some kind of
The
a
rest
stomach
is
seizure?
also stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Fascism sounds so bad though. What if we called it like something else, like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
I can't believe rhetoric is backing this shit up. Okay. Okay, Stomach, I've made up my mind about fascism.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
For the glory of Revolutionary Nation? Absolutely not. I'm not going to be played by an upset stomach.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
Amazing. Maybe we'll make a fascist character in the future. But not right now. Oh, who's this? You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She looks to be browsing books.
The ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms. She mumbles reading, then puts down the soft cover.
A good one?
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Good then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Maybe your husband is missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
Right,
She
got it,
gives you a
thanks.
short nod and shifts her attention back to books.
Maybe your children are missing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so where are
Are
they?
you a policeman or a nanny?
I police whatever I want.
They are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home,
Oh my god.
smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
Mm-hmm, I see. Thanks.
Maybe your cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your
Oh my
heraldic
god.
bird?
Alright, let's take it.
Wonderful. The store is open.
The woman before.
Find your heraldic bird. Read up on cockatoos in the bookstore. Okay. You memorize the titles. Okay. Alright, we need Inland Empire, I think, would be better here. Blue glasses. These shoes are kind of useless, unfortunately. And then let's take the gloves off. Because empty hand slots give +1 suggestion. Okay. And I don't have anything in my hands. And then tools. More Inland Empire. And +1 empathy. Okay. Let's quick save.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus? Yes, yes? How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
Let's see. Honestly, a dump.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further.
I don't understand. If you're not sure it's her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it.
Challenging
There is an
success?
entity behind
Ooh, man.
the entity.
Let's see. Another entity? I mean, it's possible. She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. She says just capitalism, bankruptcy as a quirk of our economic system. She says there's no curse.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
First, you're one of those inconsistencies.
I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for the protection they provide.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse.
Red blotches appear on her skin. Oh my god.
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
I'm looking for a book about cockatoos.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
What's my Inland Empire right now? 6? Oh man. Wait a minute, hang on. What was the check with the dice maker? Shivers, okay. It's only at 4 right now. It is higher than before.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems. You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You're cool.
Thanks, composure.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Angry storekeeper stare down. Uh-oh. I wonder what the other answers would have gotten me, because I still haven't done the check for the dice maker, and it could be that she actually has a curse. Who knows? I'm gonna actually load the quick save and then do the dice maker check first and see if I can pass it. Because I think I have a couple of things that increases shivers. Free to core, half-light, interfacing, electrochemistry. Oh, I guess not. I think it's only my jacket right now, fortunately.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Flashlights go in hand?
Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them.
That makes so much sense.
Right. Now let's get to it.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight.
Okay, then. All right. Let's quick save here.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Ooh, 17% is pretty rough. And I have no bonuses. Physique. Physique increases... I assume that increases everything under physique by 1. Alright. Wait, how do I use this?
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
Open the bottle.
There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. You see a flash of teeth, a young woman smiling at you near some railway overpass in your ruined past. She is gorgeous, and she is yours.
What? What will be the repercussions if I take that sip?
Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox.
Okay.
A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
Okay. That gave me 30 experience because I completed a secret task.
In the
Interesting.
bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember,
From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
Oh, man. Alright. That's enough of that.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Okay, that doubled my chances, which is good. Minutes left. 59. Okay.
Oh, it's you again.
Alright, let's give it a
Are you
shot.
looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm.
Start taking off your clothes?
She
Okay.
has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief.
Alright, let's put a point in shivers then. I need points and other things, but I'm just kind of just doing whatever right now at this point. Okay. Okay. What do I actually need to level up? I do want more empathy and more visual calculus. And more savoir-faire for sure. Because that's not looking good right now. Alright. This is probably
it's you
not going
again.
to increase
Are
it
you
that
looking
much.
for a die?
Not even a 50-50.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Okay. Oh, I barely passed that. I got exactly the roll I needed. Hey, Naha. The curse is real, and I figured out why it has spared you.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, it used to be a coal plant. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
She looks around the makeshift nest that she has carved out for herself, bewildered.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
It has a different address in the heart of the city.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
Actually, it's only your workshop that's protected. You should still do something to defend your person.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining on her index finger. A lucky charm? A Semini's ward?
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You've made it nice and cozy here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls.
True.
It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
She picks up a pair of dice from the table and examines them under the light.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Oh, I got a new thought at least.
I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
Cool, okay. I think that was worth it. The precarious world. Oh shit. Temporary research bonus. All red checks fail. This has 46 minutes remaining. Okay. Alright. Let's go back down and talk to the bookkeeper. I still don't know the password to the terminal, and I think I need a super pry bar before I can really do that. No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine. Okay. Turn this off. Save.
You're alive and well. Yes, yes.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a carnal house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
I'm gonna give her the full treatment.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No.
I talked to
of
the
course
entity.
not. A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth?
No.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
So drama is suggesting that I lie. And then Inland Empire, which was the hardest check, is suggesting that I come up with another entity behind the entity. Okay, let's try that. There's another entity more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels, I will cross paths with it.
A third order presence, yes.
She lets go of the pendant, oh god.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter.
She gestures for you to be silent.
I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
She performs an X-shaped cross on her chest.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters. Darker waters.
Should we get out of here? Before the vortex collapses?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly. Damp and saturated. by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here, and there, too, 1,200 meters away on the urban coast. The dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
What? 1,200 meters away on the urban coast. Oh man, the scroll is not working. Come on. Done. Investigate the Doom commercial area. Okay, so that's the end of that. So, looking for a book about cockatoos.
Book about cockatoos?
See if we can say anything to Annette.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Nope. I can steal a book, but I don't really want to steal. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh man, I leveled up too. Sweet. Shoot. I really want to level up Volition as well. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Oh no.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
West.
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
East.
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow. La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is across the distributary?
Kuron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Quran?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The morning news.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath the feet of a dead man. He swings from a tree, a gaping hole in his bare, rotting chest.
That was me. What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Oh my god, where the hood at? Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
That's it.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Dude, Shivers is fucking crazy. Okay. Let me look at my journal. So many things. Joyce's info on the lynching. Smoker on the balcony after 2100. Pack down your gun. Whirling's absent bartender. You could also ask the local pawn shop. Well, I found out from the pawn shop that some lady bought it, and she seems kind of crazy from the description the pawn shop keeper gave me. Whirling's absent bartender.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
I just wanted to know more about the place before I check out. That's normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, it's her!
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
You, Elizabeth Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Not yet. I had another question.
No. Talk to Titus.
What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
What are you going to do to me? The lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
What's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
All right, then. All right, let me save. I need to talk to Titus about my gun.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes?
About my bill for tonight. Yeah, I don't need to do that now.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
Sorry,
I'm
ma'am.
glad to see you again, dear.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. Tell me how I might make it up to you.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
The waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Okay.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Sure.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Sir, your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident. And he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I want to hear more about it.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast, hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
But then how did they tell the difference between it and the actual reeds?
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes. It can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even. Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay. I need to raise my suggestion, so let me take this out of my hands.
Guillaume Le Million. Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, God.
His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single Wonderland skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
+1 pain threshold. Blood oxygen is boring. All psyche learning caps raised by 1. Holy shit. Okay, if I forget this, does it just unequip it? Forget thought for 1 point. Thought will be lost forever. Cancel. Okay. All red checks fail. Okay. Oh, it takes a point. Shoot. Okay, well. Empty hand slots give +1 suggestion. I don't think I have anything else that gives suggestion. That has minus suggestion.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
72%. Wow. Sure. Give it a shot.
You're an enthusiastic idiot.
Oh, come on.
But you're still an idiot.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
Can't believe I failed that. Come on. Okay.
The man ponders his cooking utensils.
Okay. Well, it is the top of the hour, so I think I'm gonna actually call it here. Because I do need to go eat dinner and get ready for the next thing, so thanks for sticking around. I may be streaming tomorrow, we'll see, depending on other things. But for now, let's look for someone to raid.